Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're featuring a Bremont and this is part of their new Jaguar collection. This one actually is celebrating the C-Type Jaguar. Now it was one of these watches, when I picked it up I weren't so sure about it. It didn't strike me at first. It's only since I've had it in my hand that I think this is it's just full of cracking little details. And it gets better, but you start to appreciate it more you have it in your hand. It really is something which I think is I've really grown to like in a very short period. Really, now I've actually got to handle it. Anyway, before I get too far into this review, I've got to say a big thank you to Ryan and the team over at Francis and Gay for allowing me to have this watch in for review. They've got a great selection of watches in there. So if you're in the Midlands area, the UK, pop into the shop, have a look. I'm positive you'll find a few watches you'll like. If you're a little bit further afield, check out their website, which I'll leave a link in description below. So what do we have here? I think it is absolutely lovely. Let's look at that dial and talk about dimensions first. So we're talking a 43mm watch. It is 15.8mm thick. The lug to lug is 49mm, so it's actually quite compact for its sizes. And the bandwidth is 22mm. Now, the dial is really quite nice. Let me show you here. Little things, we have this kind of sunburst effect going on in the center. Then we have this matte detailing going on here, all on its different raised sections. I like the way they the little rings around the two subdials, just nicely done. We have the what looks like the rev limiter on the constant running second hands over here, but why it's at between 10 and 2 I'm not quite sure. I would have thought it would have been more around here, but that's just one of those things. I like the little Jaguar emblem in the front. I think they've done a really nice well detailed with just the right amount of information on this dial. The chapter ring with the minute track going around there, and the fact that they've done just the right amount of numbers rather than carry on with the 4, 5, 6, and then you always have that awkward one at the bottom there where the 6 can't be because of a date wheel, the date indicator. And one thing I've noticed, which I think is very cool, is for second hand. You notice it's quite prominent, raised up, but it has this lovely disc running around there, and I think that is just very, very cool. Say, it's just these little details you don't notice at first. And there is lume on this watch, but it's only on the hands and the lume pip up there. So that's all the lume you get, but that's it. It works. It is really quite nice. Now, as we can see, this is a chrono. So if I unscrew the protector there and click it off, let's have a listen to it. Very, very solid click. As you can see, we do have these protectors on the pushers to stop you from accidentally pressing them. Now, as we come around this dial, we've got this ever so gorgeous crystal going on here, which is magnified, and that's where you can really see the raised up section of that second hand. It is very cool. Also, that red tip on there, it just looks great. So anyway, we have AR coating on both sides, but what I think is very, very cool is this bezel insert. It's just got that lovely curve to it with tachymeter going on there. I really quite like that, even down to the little red on the actual pip there. I just think it's so subtly done, being that this watch, well, actually let's just watch the click over of the minute as it goes over there. See, nice. So because this is actually supposed to be simulating some parts of this C-Type Jaguar, which was a very curved, beautiful car, it almost, you get that feeling with this bezel. It's subtle, I agree, but this is what happens when you work in design. I love these little details. As for the bezel action, it's okay. Bidirectional, little bit of play. Does it line up? Absolutely, yeah, spot on, no problem. Though for some reason on the camera it always looks off to one side, but it isn't, I promise you. So you can get good purchase on the bezel, as you can see here. Now as we come round, the case is a real strong point, I feel, with Bremont watches. They do this tri-lock system and I think it is really good. I love the fact that you end up with this different barrel colour there. I really like that, and the way the actual lugs curve down, that's why you can have quite a compact lug to lug. So even though you have a larger watch, it sits really well on the wrist, and I just love the finishing on this. I think it really is good. Yeah, this, they've so many details, but you are paying, yeah, for this. This is not a cheap watch. This comes in over the £5,000 mark. You've got this, but I think for what you get, it's not as bad as, you know, it kind of justifies the price. We have this nice radial brushing going on there, and as we come round, we have the Jaguar on the actual crown there, which is a screw down crown. And I like the fact that even the crown has got the tyre tread on there, the old radial tyre. I think that's so cool. One thing I would say is, as the crown comes out, it doesn't really pop. You don't get the spring on it so much. So like there, is it going to wind? Yeah, that's manual wind. But sometimes I find as you unscrew it, it's a bit confused whether or not it's gone into manual wind, if it's cleared the threads there. It's just a personal little thing, but it could be a little bit better. It does screw down nicely, so there you go. It does have 200 meters of water resistancy. So as we come to the back of the watch, just wow. I think that looks amazing. Now normally I like to see the movement in the watch, but this I don't mind at all. That Jaguar symbol on the back there is fantastic. I really, really like that. I did read somewhere it could have been engine turned, but I don't know if that's the case. If it is, that's a lot of money just to have that on the back of a watch. It's a screwed down type, but with these 6 screws holding it down. But just absolutely stunning. I think that is really, really nice. Now, the movement behind here is what Bremont call the, I've got to try to remember the name of it now, Caliber 13, which is basically a slightly modified version of a 7750, which is a bomb-proof chrono movement. Very, very good. Now, I put this on the time grapher, and you couldn't ask for any better. It flatlined completely. So this is, as we can see here, a chronometer spec watch, and it proves that on the time grapher. Absolutely stellar results in there. Now the strap, it's a rally strap. I'm not that keen on rally straps, but it suits the watch, even down to the tan colour. And I must say, the inner lining they've used here is oh so soft. It is really, really nice, and it's got a lovely amount of padding. Now the buckle, you can see, is a signed buckle up there. Now let me put it on my wrist and you can see how it looks. Let's zoom out here. A quick wrist check. Guess what? I'm wearing my Picatinny 8. I know it's not like me, is it? On one of John Keely's leather straps, Black Island Leatherworks, simply amazing straps. And Bob has got himself a what you got there, Bob? Tag Heuer? Monaco? Yeah, good for him. So let me just put this on my wrist. My wrist size is 7 1/4. So we'll give this a try. I won't do it properly, but there you go. I think it looks fantastic. It really is a very cool watch. There are a number of Jaguar watches which are available. But I think this one definitely has the vintage vibe going on there. I think it really does look the part. Anyway, let me know what you think of it in the comments. And any questions, leave a comment there and I'll get back to you. So all the best, guys, and stay safe. Okay, bye.